The winter wind howled across the empty highway, tossing snowflakes against Silas's windshield like tiny white feathers. He was driving home after a long day of work, his heater humming a low tune. The world outside was dark and freezing, but Silas felt a quiet peace. He liked the stillness of the snowy night, though he looked forward to the glowing lights of his own small house. Suddenly, Silas spotted a car pulled over on the narrow shoulder. An elderly woman stood by the driver's side door, clutching her coat tightly as the wind whipped her hair. Her face was etched with worry. Silas didn't hesitate. He pulled over behind her, his headlights cutting through the gloom to offer a bit of light. "Don't you worry, ma'am," Silas said with a gentle smile. "I can have that flat tire fixed in no time." The woman, Mrs. Vesper, watched in amazement as Silas knelt in the slush and icy mud. He didn't seem to mind the cold or the dirt on his clothes. He worked quickly, his breath turning to mist in the air, while Mrs. Vesper stood nearby, shielded from the wind by the open car door. When the job was done, Mrs. Vesper reached for her purse. "I don't know how to thank you," she said, her voice trembling slightly. "Please, let me pay you for your kindness." Silas shook his head and wiped his greasy hands on a rag. "No, thank you, ma'am. If you really want to pay me back, just don't let the chain stop with me. Pay it forward to the next person who needs a hand." Mrs. Vesper drove away with a warm feeling in her chest that the heater couldn't provide. A few miles down the road, she saw the bright neon sign of a small, cozy cafe. She realized she was hungry and a bit shaken from the evening's adventure. She stepped inside, the bell above the door jingling a cheerful welcome as the scent of cinnamon and coffee wrapped around her like a blanket. A waitress named Karis greeted her with a tired but genuine smile. Karis was clearly very pregnant, and Mrs. Vesper noticed how she moved slowly, resting one hand on her back as she poured the coffee. Despite the long hours on her feet, Karis was incredibly kind, bringing Mrs. Vesper a warm towel for her chilled hands and a slice of apple pie before she even asked. Mrs. Vesper watched the young woman work. She saw the exhaustion in Karis's eyes, but also the flicker of hope. She remembered the man on the highway and his request to keep the chain of kindness moving. As she finished her meal, Mrs. Vesper took a pen from her purse and wrote a quick note on a paper napkin. She tucked something beneath it and slipped quietly out the door. When Karis came to clear the table, she found the note. Her eyes widened as she lifted the napkin and discovered 4 crisp $100 bills. The note read, "Someone once helped me the way I'm helping you. Do not let this chain of kindness end." Tears filled Karis's eyes. This was enough to pay for the new crib and the hospital bills they had been worrying about all month. Late that night, Karis climbed into bed and snuggled close to her husband. She told him all about the mysterious lady and the miracle at the cafe. "Silas, you won't believe it," she whispered, her voice full of wonder. "We don't have to worry anymore. A stranger gave us a gift we can never repay." Silas listened, his heart swelling as he recognized the rhythm of the story. Silas pulled his wife close and kissed her forehead, looking at the napkin she had brought home. He realized that the kindness he had given away on a cold, dark highway had traveled in a great circle, finding its way back to his own front door. The chain was strong, and as they fell asleep, Silas knew that tomorrow the world would be just a little bit brighter because of a simple choice to be kind.